Do I need a permit to build a patio cover or a pergola? Do I need a permit? That's a good question. We often ask ourselves, well, do I need a permit? We need to understand that permits are very important, and your local jurisdiction, your local building department can help answer that question for where you are located. Jurisdictions differ across the country. Each state has a different set of criteria, but they're all going to go back to either a code that they've adopted as a state or local jurisdiction. So you want to consider, do I need a permit? In the state of Oregon, if I'm building a patio cover that's 200 square feet or less, which might be a 12 by 16 cover, that's 192 square feet, it's less than 200 square feet. So in that particular cover in the state of Oregon, 200 square feet or less, as long as it's attached to an exterior wall, which Skylift Hardware is, I do not need a building permit in the state of Oregon. But each state differs, and check with your local jurisdiction. Some states have what's called ready-build plans, or plans that are already developed for a particular project. Check with your local jurisdiction, ask if they have that. I know in some counties, some jurisdictions, they have plans that are already approved, ready to go, depending on projects. State of Oregon Building Code Division has ready-build plans. Those plans are engineered. Engineering applies across every jurisdiction, and those plans have been approved. Engineering is mathematics, and it's all figured out. Math doesn't change from here to there. So those projects are already ready to go. Things you want to consider. Do I need a permit? Does it meet current code? That's very important. That's why you might want to consider a permit in your area, or is it needed? The second is safety. I don't want to build a project that's going to fail. I want to build a project once and done. That applies for resale. Did I get a permit? Yes, no. Those are things that you have to consider. And then the third, if I have a permit, then the project will be inspected. Inspection is to the code. This is important. The project is inspected to meet the code. The project is not inspected to meet quality. And I think a lot of times we're under a false assumption that inspection talks about quality. It does not. Does it meet the code? So if you're concerned about a particular area or how it's been done, it doesn't affect quality, it just doesn't meet the code. So those are things to consider as a consumer. But do I need a permit? Permits are helpful. Permits are valuable. If permits are needed, you need to get a permit. But thanks for asking.